Well, hello there, and welcome to your English slang class. My name is Miss Lucy. Okay, and I am going to be sharing with you some of our very many English slang words and phrases, and I'll be writing them all down for you so you can easily follow along. Okay, so I have my list here with me, and I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 slang words for you today. So I hope you are ready to learn. Okay, I'll just give you a moment to get your notepad and pen all ready. Okay. So, the first word is Maxi. Now, any guesses as to what you think this means? Not quite. So, this term is basically used instead of, say, shotgun. So, if you wanted to, sit in the front of the car, you'd say shotgun, and that would mean that you could sit in the front. So, instead of using shotgun, you could use bagsy. So, bagsy is basically, I guess, another term for reserving a place, bagsying it for yourself. So it could be used in any circumstance. Perhaps there is one slice of pizza left and you could call bagsy on it, or there is one outfit left in your size in the shop and you and your friend both want it, but you call bagsy. So that is how the phrase is basically used. So that is B-A-G-S-Y, bagsy. Shall we move on? Great. Just let me know if you need any more time to write things down. Okay, so the next term is a little bit more simple, so I think you can probably guess this. Okay, so the next word is bloke. So, would you like to have a guess at how You could use this in a sentence, perhaps. Very good. So this one is quite simple, but we would say bloke. There's a couple of different times we would say it. So this is used instead of saying a man or something, you'd say a bloke. It depends where in the country in the UK you go, but if you weren't just describing a man, you could also use the term bloke to describe a very manly man. So in the most stereotypical sense, perhaps a man who plays a lot of sports, works out, maybe plays football, is quite hands-on with things, enjoys DIY, and again this is very, very stereotypical. But even that sort of person may describe themselves as a bloke or a blokey bloke. Okay, so do you just want to make a couple of notes? Perfect. Any questions about that one? Lovely. Well, we are doing well so far. Okay. So, let's move on to the next one, which is, and this is what you will make me feel if you do well in this class. So the next word is chuffed. Chuffed. Do you know when somebody may feel chuffed? Not quite. So CHUFFED, chuffed, means someone who feels very, very happy and pleased with themselves. So perhaps you have just completed a project, or you've had a good day's work, anything like that. You would say, oh, I'm absolutely chuffed with that, or I'm so chuffed. So it's just a feeling of happiness, elation, just being really pleased. Yeah, so that's chuffed. Chuffed. Chuffed, that's it. Okay? Brilliant. We are whizzing through these. I can tell I might be chuffed with you by the end of the lesson. And what we'll do is at the end, so you have to pay full attention to all of these words, because at the end we'll do a little bit of a pop quiz or a test, just to see whether you could use some of the words in a sentence. Okay? Lovely. So this next one isn't so much of a word really, well, probably because it's two words, but it's not really, I guess, what you may think of when you think of slang words, but this is a slang term. So this next term is bog roll. Very pleasant. Bog roll. Now, when do you think that you may require some bog roll? Almost, so no. It's not kitchen towel, no. So this is just a term that you would use instead of saying a toilet roll, okay, or toilet paper. So some people refer to the toilet or loo as a bog, okay, hence bog roll. Alright, and we call them loo rolls, bog rolls, toilet paper. It can be any of those. A little bit confusing, but again, just depends where you're from. Alright, so I'll allow you to just make a note of that, and I'll prepare the next term. So, let's see, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me just cross them off my list. Lovely. So the next word is dishy. Dishy. You are looking rather dishy. So I gave it away a little bit there, but dishy is a way of describing someone who is quite attractive. Now this term, I would typically say, tends to be used by the slightly older generation. However, of course, anyone at any age can use it, but it would be used to describe an attractive person. So you could say, "Oh, did you see them? They were so dishy." I know, it's a little bit cheesy, but yeah, so dishy. D-I-S-H-Y. Dishy. Well, thank you very much. Gonna make me blush. Okay. Now the next word is sort of the opposite to that. So this word is dodgy. 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 Now, this can be used in a few ways. So you could say, "That person looked very dodgy," or "Did you see what happened last night? That seemed very dodgy." So this is used to describe a suspicious person or situation, but it can also be used to just describe something that perhaps isn't very nice. So perhaps you've bought a ready meal and you've gone to cook it, but it looks a little bit dodgy. So it can be used in that way as well. And typically that's how I would normally use it. But again, just depends, where you're from, how you prefer to use it. So, dodgy. That is a perfect example. You could even say, "Oh, the weather looks a bit dodgy today," when you're a bit sort of uncertain. That is how I would describe it. Yeah, sort of a bit uncertain, a bit suspicious, just a little bit unsure. Perfect. Well, you are grasping this very well. Okay, let's do the next one. So this next word is something I hope you won't be doing whilst you're in my class. The next word is legless. 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 So, do you want to hazard a guess as to what you think this means? No, so I wish it meant that, but it means slightly something less attractive than that. But when one says, I got absolutely legless last night, that basically means they got very, very drunk. So you could use it in terms of, I'm going to get legless tonight, or you could use it in the past tense of, I got absolutely legless. Okay, so that's definitely not something that, I expect whilst you're in my class, but it's always good to be aware, and you can listen out in the corridors and let me know if any students have reported getting legless. Yeah, you just jot that down, so it's legless. Right, let's just tick those off. Okay. So the next word now, especially during this day and age, making myself sound very old there, but lots of us do experience this, especially with prices going up. And with prices going up and us having to spend more, it can make us skint. S-K-I-N-T. Skint. So I just gave you its main explanation there, but typically that can be used in a couple of different ways. So perhaps you're having to spend a lot of money on repairing your car, or maybe something more fun like concert tickets, something like that, and you could say, oh, I'm going to be absolutely skint, which basically means you would have no money, okay, or very, very little. You could also use it in terms of, oh, I spent so much, I'm absolutely skint. I'm not surprised, that is quite a common feeling amongst students especially, but yes, so skint, worth remembering. Hopefully we all won't stay that way for long. Okay, how many have we done? We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So the next word always makes me smile. I don't quite know why. Now, before I show you the next word, just like you to picture your favourite celebrity, okay? Have you got them in your mind? Okay. Now, I'd like you to picture them starkers. Starkers. S-T-A-R-K-E-R-S. Starkers. Okay, so starkers means someone who is absolutely as they are when they came into this world, without clothes, absolutely, so completely bare. So you may say, oh, that person was absolutely starkers. Or, oh my goodness, look over there, he's starkers. So it's basically just another way of saying naked. Okay, so there we go. I know, yes, it's quite handy to picture your favourite celebrity when remembering that particular word. I like to think so anyway. Okay. Now, for the next term, I don't expect my students to be doing this. So, bugger all. Bugger all. Would you like to take a guess? Absolutely. Well done. Have you heard this before? You have, yeah. So, to do bugger all, as you just said, it basically means to do absolutely nothing. So, if perhaps you have just been having a lazy day and you've just been relaxing, not doing anything at all, you may just say, I've been doing bugger all. Okay? Bugger all. Bugger all. Exactly, I don't expect you to be doing bugger all. Not in my class. No. So have we made it to 10? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we've made it to 10. Okay. Almost halfway through. I hope you are keeping up. Yes, always going to take notes because of that test we're going to have. So, equally, this is something I don't want you to be doing in my class. So the next word is shunda. Shunda. C-H-U-N-D-E-R. Shunda. Any guesses? Not quite, quite close, but so to shunda would be to be sick. Exactly, to vomit. So you can use it, however, in a couple of different ways. So if something just made you feel sick, you could say, oh my god, did you see that bit in the horror movie? Oh, it made me want to chunder. Or you could say, oh, I had some food that went bad, it really made me chunder. So you could use it, you know, if you have been sick or if it just makes you feel sick. Exactly, chunder. Very good. You don't feel like you're going to chunder right now then? Okay, good. So, let's keep going as we're on a roll. Almost to our halfway point. Which, I bet, leaves you feeling like this. Got it? G-U-T-T-E-D. Got it. Now, gutted just simply means to feel disappointed. So you could say, oh, I didn't get tickets to see my favourite band. I am gutted. Or you could say, oh, it's raining outside. I really wanted to go on a lovely walk. I am gutted. So it's just a feeling of disappointment, really. Exactly, very good. I can sense you are going to become my star pupil. You are. Okay. So let's keep going. Now the next word, I always like to say, just sounds nice coming off the tongue. So the next word is kerfuffle. Kerfuffle. K-E-R-K-U-F-F-L-E. Kerfuffle. So this could be used when perhaps something has gone a bit wrong. Perhaps there's been a bit of an incident and you would say, oh God, there was a right kerfuffle. Perhaps there's been a bit of a mix-up if you've gone to an event, and you would say, oh God, that was a right kerfuffle. So it's just sort of used to describe a situation that perhaps hasn't gone quite to plan and has caused a bit of a kerfuffle. It is, you say it with me. Kerfuffle. Kerfuffle. Very good. So try using that in a sentence. Nice. Good. I'm glad you're listening. Well done. Okay. So this next word is sick. S-I-C-K. Sick. Now, if you want to be down with the kids and the 20-somethings, you are going to want to know what the word sick means. And typically it's used to describe something that is very good. So say if you had gone to a really good club night, you would say, oh, that was sick. Or even, you've been out for a really nice meal, that was sick. I mean, I don't sound quite right saying it, but that is typically how it would be used to describe something that's just very, very good. Exactly, you could use it to describe music, anything really, anything that you just really enjoyed, it's really good, so that tune is sick, anything like that. Thank you, this class is sick, I won't argue. Okay, only a few more to go. I know, so you're doing so well. You are. So then in the opposite way, you would say that this class is not a load of tosh. Tosh. T-O-S-H. Tosh. So that's just typically used to describe something that's a bit rubbish, really. So a load of old tosh. So that could be used in response to something that someone has said. So instead of saying, oh, what a load of old rubbish, that what they were talking about, you would say, what a load of old tosh. And again, Depends where you're from in the country, but typically used slightly by the older generation. But yeah, just used to describe something that's a little bit rubbish. Load of old tosh. Okay. So the next word is peng. So peng is used actually to describe someone who is very attractive. Now, in this sense, you may actually say they're a peng ting. That's it, peng ting, as in ring, but with a T. So peng ting. But typically, just peng on its own just means someone who is very attractive. So if a guy sees a girl and he's like, she is peng. So it's typically used in that way. Yeah, it's just quite a fun word, and might use it when you're out and about or hanging out with mates, anything like that. Peng. Or painting. Exactly. Okay, so we just have a few left. Hope you are keeping up still. So this next one, you may be familiar with it. I believe there is a television program called this as well. But just quickly, botched. BOTCHED. And this you may have seen used in regards to plastic surgery. So if someone has surgery that goes a little bit wrong, they may say it's botched. But we could use it as if a job had been done badly. You may say that's a botched job or a botched job, anything like that. So you simply would just use it in return to something that isn't done very well. It's botched. Yep, BOTCHED. Botched. Alright. Next we have, and I hope you don't ever make me feel like this, but the next one is cheesed off. And that simply means when someone has annoyed you or a situation has irritated you and you feel really cheesed off. I know it does sound a bit silly, but yeah, just when you're cheesed off with something or someone, say your plans haven't quite worked out and it's made you feel really cheesed off. Cheesed off. Okay, so next we have blower. Blower. So you could reach me on the blower. Any ideas? The phone. That's exactly it. So, or cell. So if you say you can reach me on the blower or give me a call on the blower, that literally means on the phone. There you go. I know, see, giving you all these little new words you can use, and some of them are quite fun, aren't they? That's what I like to think anyway. Well, I'm afraid I can't give my phone number out to students, but you can call the school on the blower should you need any extra help. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 words left. So the next word is, now I'm sure you'll be familiar with this. It's quite a universally used word, I would say, but the next word is lit. So this word is used, again, a bit similar to the kind of the way paying is phrased, but you would use it more in a situation. So that was really lit, or let's go get lit up, something like that. So the lit up is a little bit different, but that could be spelled with double T, but just for the singular T, you could say, yeah, that was really lit, or, you know, that was such a lit night. And that would typically just mean that, you know, you had a great time, it was really, really good, just something like that, really. This class is lit, I love it. Yes. Yeah. Very good. Okay then. So, 5 more to go. It's the final countdown. So, the next word is link. Link. L-I-N-K. Link. Any ideas? Not quite, not quite. So a link means if you want to link up with your friends. So it's basically another way of saying meet up. So you'd say, do you want to link up later? Or, you know, link up with you, you know, next week, something like that. So it's just another way really of saying to meet up. You want to link with someone. Very good. Yep, link. L-I-N-K. Link. Well done. So the final 4. Okay. So this next term isn't the nicest term, but it's a term you can hear. A term also used famously on the TV show Friday Night Dinner as well. But this term is shit on it. Shit on it. And this would typically be used if, for example, you stubbed your toe, or something had gone really wrong, or there'd been like, you know, more of I would say you probably wouldn't use it in a very serious situation, you know, if there was like a car accident or something, but you know, just something that had gone wrong. Maybe you've left your wallet or your purse at the store, and you know you're already home, and you'd be like, oh, shit on it, you know. So it's used as kind of an annoyance. So you know, you're kind of annoyed and angry at the same time, and you're like, oh, shit on it. I know it's a bit of an odd phrase, but there we go. And really, I guess the last 3 join this word in the same way. So the next word is, or next phrase I should say, is bloody hell. Now you may have heard this used in Harry Potter. This was used quite a few times, and some people do actually consider it to be swearing, particularly the older generation. but really this is just used again similar to shit on it. It's used just in the same way. It's like an annoyance, like, oh bloody hell, oh, you know, I've left my bag there, or something like that. Or this one can also be used in terms of surprise. So, oh my god, they passed their driving test? Bloody hell. So, yeah, it can be used in terms of surprise or in terms of annoyance. Okay, do you want to just quickly jot that down? Alright. And then we got 2 more. The next word is bollocks. Bollocks. And this again can be used in a couple of different ways. So bollocks typically is used when something has gone wrong. So just like the previous 2 examples that we use, you would say, oh bollocks. Or you could say that something's actually really good, and you would say that is the dog's bollocks. Well, yes, obviously bollocks are a term for the lower half of a male specimen, shall we say. Keep it family friendly. But yes, so dog's bollocks you would use in quite a positive way, and then just bollocks on its own would be used more in the terms of forgetting something, just being a bit irritated and annoyed. Well, I'm glad you don't feel annoyed at this class. So that takes us to the last word, and speaking of bollocks, to finish up, I like how we've ended up finishing on 4 interesting terms, but there we are. The last term is balls. Oh, balls. So I'm sure you can guess how this would be used, and just in the same way that bollocks is used, except you wouldn't say the dog's balls. But balls is literally just if something's gone a bit wrong, you've stubbed your toe. I know I keep using that example, but just, you know, something that's really irritating, or you've forgotten something and it's, oh, balls, you know? Okay, you jot that down. So, you've made it through. You have. I'm very, very impressed. But now, are you ready for the test? I don't know. So I'll give you a minute to just look over your notes. Okay? And I will just pick a few of these, only a few, just to test you on. Okay, you ready? Alright. Dodgy. Could you use that in a sentence for me, please? The macaroni cheese you had was very dodgy. Very good. I won't give you your final score until we've gone through all of them. Starkers. Again, use it in a sentence, please. Slightly inappropriate, but thank you. Kerfuffle. Okay. Cheesed off. Shunda. Okay. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do a few more. Tosh. How about peng? I mean, there's no point trying to charm me, I just want you to learn. Okay. What about link? Okay. See, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 2 more. Sick. Good. And legless. I'm pleased to hear it. Right, let's go over your results. Going to write your score on the board. Okay, now this makes me absolutely chuffed. You got them all right. So you can officially say that you have passed this lesson with flying colours. Okay, so do you have any questions at all? Good, well I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's always really positive when somebody really just enjoys their learning experience and it gets so much more out of it. Okay? You are very welcome. Yes, and I'll see you again for another lesson. Lovely. Will you enjoy the rest of your day? Stay productive and see if you can put any of those English slang phrases into good use. Okay, I'll catch up with you soon. Bye bye. Oh, no, you can leave the door. Yeah, it's fine, get some air in it. Alright, bye, bye. Right, let's wipe this off. Okay. Well, I'm glad that went well. Anyway. Lovely.